G'day everyone, Marc here from Marc and Cars. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at Porsche Centre Perth. I'm going to test drive the Porsche 992. Got the key in my hand right here. There's the car, Carrera S, black Aurum gold wheels, gold badging, aero kit. Let's have a close look at the car. Okay, sitting in the 992, first time I've driven one. I've been fortunate enough to drive every other generation of Porsche 911, so I've been quite looking forward to doing this. This is a very different looking car to everything before it. Overall, we'll just talk about some of the features and things like that that are on the car. So, whilst I've got a key in my pocket here, I assume it's a proximity for the brake. Looks like I've got a big turn thing here. Yep, that'll do the job. Yeah, car sounds pretty good. Now it's a 3-litre turbocharged car. Good for about 444 horsepower, I understand, 391 pound-feet of torque. The screen looks very good. This car's actually spec'd with the GT steering wheel, which I suspect might be slightly smaller than the standard one. It's very nice leather. Now, all the touch buttons are they feel like they're aluminium and feel very nice and knurled, and they feel very positive. I'll assume that just by changing the gear knob down and puts it in a drive. I know this car's capable of 0 to 100 in about 3.5 seconds with a Sport Chrono, which this car has. Look, we're not really in a position to confirm that, but I've got to tell you, it's the sort of car I reckon you'd want to have a go at if you did buy one. I think you'd do it a lot. Speedo goes up to 330 kilometres an hour, and I have no doubt it'd be capable of pretty close to that. The old, not far over the old 200 mile an hour mark. Interestingly, the position, the size of the steering wheel, and the way the screens work, and this GT steering wheel, it actually obstructs a little bit of my GPS screen that's on the right hand side here. I suspect that could be moved to the middle here. I won't play with the screens, I'll concentrate on driving this car because, let's face it, this is a very valuable car and you buy these cars for driving. The analog looking tacho in the centre of the car, reminiscent of all Porsches from my 356 onwards. I'm really pleased they've kept that, and it is very easy to drive, like all late model Porsches, very comfortable. Suspension's quite good. I would have to say it's very evolved compared to the previous model car. Definitely feels more supple ride, there's no doubt about that. The cars have evolved more to a GT style of car, and if you wanted something a bit more racy, they've got the GT3, 992 GT3 coming soon, which I'm sure there's been a allocation to important enough customers here in Perth. I didn't get that phone call, but yeah, so this is very comfortable. Seats are very nice. I see it's got heated seats. I don't know if they're optioned or standard on the car. I'm in a bit of peak hour traffic at the moment. It's Friday afternoon, and the car's driving very comfortably in the traffic. It's certainly, you could easily daily drive one of these cars, and if you bought one and didn't, you'd be nuts because it's such a capable car of doing everything. Certainly don't feel any turbo lag or anything like that on this. I've driven modern V8 twin turbo cars. There's a lot of 4-litre twin turbo cars in the market at the moment, and they all have varying levels of turbo interaction. But this, even from under 1,000 RPM, it doesn't feel like it's. If you didn't tell me if it's turbocharged, I wouldn't even know. I know the torque comes in from 2300 RPM, so I'd say that's probably the major part of how the turbos don't feel like they're interacting, because the torque comes on so early. This particular model car I'm driving at the moment has been spec'd with the aero kit, so it's a slightly different front and rear spoiler, so it's a permanent spoiler, not the speed adjustable rear spoiler. A slightly deeper front, or slightly different design actually on the front. I think if I ordered one, I'd keep, I don't think I'd spec the Aero kit. I quite like the sleeper look of, and the, you know, original silhouette of a 911. It also has the Aurum gold wheels and matching badges or decals on the side. Well, I can tell you, it revs up very quickly. I don't even think it was half throttle. Sort of just hears a turbo whistle as well once it gets up over about 2,500 RPM. The car's very flat in the way it corners as well. As you expect on a Porsche, and they have done for a very long time, the fit and finish is first class. Like the leather dash, the stitching in it is just perfect. All the touch feeling, everything you touch in the car is just beautiful. Yeah. It's quite an airy greenhouse in the car. Pretty good visibility for a sports car, as the 911 always has been. It's got the paddle shifters, which in this day and age of modern sports cars are actually quite small, considering this is a GT steering wheel. Still got the stalks, the wipers, lights, indicators, cruise control. Got a switchable drive mode on the steering wheel here. So the car also has a manual mode, which I assume is there's an M button here on the console, so automatically goes into first. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, the gear shift's pretty sharp, as you'd expect from a PDK, 8-speed one in the 992. Just a very capable car. Like, you know, overall the car just drives amazingly. Yeah, you could definitely get yourself into some serious trouble in this car. It's actually quite nice in the manual mode. It holds the gears a bit longer. Makes all the right noises, as you can hear. So it's nice to be in a car with a automatic gearbox that doesn't change gears on you before you want them to. Oh, start-stop mode. Like all good sports cars these days. Besides the novelty factor of the manual button, unless you're on the track or really giving some berries out in the country, I reckon you'd leave it in auto 99% of the time. Although I mentioned earlier, it felt like a naturally aspirated car. I'm quite surprised at how, once you do get up in the revs, how much turbo whistle there is in the car. It's not a negative thing, it's just very noticeable, which, having driven 997 turbos, I haven't driven a 991 turbo yet, but I'll hopefully get a chance to do that in the coming weeks, as I've got somebody that's happy to share their 991 turbo with me. Be interesting to see what the comparison's like on a turbo versus a Carrera with a turbo motor. The drive mode switch here on the steering wheel switches between normal, which I've been driving in, sport plus, individual, which I assume you can program to set the suspension and throttle and steering response to suit your preferences. And it's also got the wet mode, which is that new mode they've introduced for the 992, which involves, I understand, some microphones in the front fenders, so as the water hits it adjusts the suspension and traction accordingly. So, you know, overall it makes the car much safer and better to drive in the wet. With regards to the having a good look around the interior of the car, I'll link a video I did from the actual launch of the 992, which was one of my first videos that did quite well on the channel. So it's some time ago now. But have a look at that video, and that will cover everything internally with regards to the screens, how everything sits in the car, so things. So I won't go over that stuff again here on today's video. I hope you enjoyed getting a bit of an idea on my opinion on the car and the way it drives. Would I buy one? You know, realistically, it's lotto money for me and my lifestyle. Of course, if there's a viewer out there that feels the urge to buy one for me, I'll be more than willing to take it. But however, the reality of me buying a new 992 is pretty slim, and would it be the Porsche I'd buy? Possibly. You know, this is a really nice, capable driving car. it's good looking, in my opinion. You know, there's been mixed reviews about that aspect of the car, but I do like the look of the car. I like the colour options that are available on the car, so you know, I would definitely spec my own car and be patient enough to wait for its delivery, should if I was to buy one. So I'll just take this chance to thank Porsche Centre Perth for entrusting me with their 992. Really appreciate the opportunity. Overall, the car was amazing. I'm sure you could see that with my time in it. If you've got any comments, please put them below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the car. If you'd like to see more new car content, again, let me know. If today's the day I've earned your subscription, please think about clicking that subscribe button and notifications bell for more videos to come. Thanks for watching Marc and Cars.